Hello everyone, my name is Taylor and I am a solutions architect for the IBM watsonx team. Today, we will be going over the watsonx platform, watsonx.ai, .governance, and .data. This slide shows the rest of the watsonx team, their subject matter expertise, and an email if you would like to contact them about their specific solution. On the left-hand side, also shows the support functions that we will be able to assist you with. Let's go over the different generative AI offerings from IBM. Starting at the top, you have AI assistants. These are your chatbots, your digital assistants that can be leveraged and customized for your different business processes. Let's go down to Data and AI Platform, which is the main topic for today with the Watson X, which was designed around the three most important components of an AI strategy: your AI workspace, data, and governance. Down to Data Services, that includes Cloud Pak for Data, which is a collection of data fabric solutions. And then at the very bottom, everything is supported on Red Hat OpenShift, allowing the seamless deployment across any cloud or on-prem environment. A good quote to remember about artificial intelligence is that your AI is only as good as the data that fuels it. So if you train your model with garbage data, the output is going to be the same. With this diagram, you can see the Cloud Pak for Data and its data fabric services, which overall help you manage, access, and drive insight from your data to result in a more trustworthy AI. This slide contains a lot of information, so let's break it down. What it's trying to show you is that the foundation models support popular use cases as seen on the leftmost column, such as summarization, extraction, generation, classification, and question and answering. These use cases can then be leveraged across different business horizontals. So for example, many tasks require the need of summarizing documents and interactions throughout your workday. You can apply this in a customer care settings all the way to a cybersecurity context. IBM builds their generative AI solutions under the four main principles of being open, being trusted, being targeted, and being empowering. You can see many examples throughout the whole tech stack. Being open, there are additional AI and foundation models from the collaborative community of Hugging Face and partnerships with Meta and Mistral. Being trusted and targeted. The last slide was a great example of how the foundation models were trained on trusted enterprise data, but then also targeted for those different business domains. And then overall being empowering. The watsonx platform offers you that full toolkit to scale and accelerate your AI development. I've included this slide to show you the different outcomes, which are highlighted in blue, when a business leverages generative AI. So now let's talk about watsonx.ai. It's not just the library of foundation models that you have access to, but you can also deploy external models and even one that a business is developing themselves. In addition, you have access to many different tuning methods and use case templates, for example, RAGs and intelligent agents to use. I've been mentioning foundation models. IBM actually offers their own trained foundation models called Granite, and they're trusted, performant, and cost-effective. These foundation models, again, have been trained on trusted enterprise data, targeting those different business domains. And as you see by the parameter sizes, they are much smaller than other models out there, resulting in being much cheaper to run. There are some exciting updates for watsonx.ai as well. IBM is introducing Instruct Labs, which is providing a platform for a collaborative community of LLM enhancements and enterprise workflows. IBM has announced watsonx.ai's lightweight engine, and this offering is addressing the barrier of footprint and packaging for independent software vendors and clients. Let's take a look at an example of a regular deployment of watsonx.ai on the leftmost column. As you see, it needs 68 VPCs. In comparison to The lightweight engine, the t-shirt model sizes only need less than 50% of VPCs required. Now let's talk about governance. What keeps a chief risk officer up at night relating to generative AI? And you don't necessarily have to be a CRO. What are your thoughts and concerns about generative AI? Maybe they relate to some of these statements in the thought bubbles. And those concerns are categorized under explainability, ethics, bias, and trust. So companies out there are worried about all that risk, and that can also be put into regulatory, reputational, and operational risk. So it's important to note that governance is not just a nice to have, it really is a must. And there's been many examples of how a bad model output affected a company. We should think that every watsonx.ai opportunity, there's a watsonx.governance opportunity. So after we build, train, validate, tune, and deploy your AI models, you can't just let it out into the open in deployment and not worry about it. You need to make sure that you can manage, monitor, retrain, and document those AI models' inputs and outputs. You may have heard of IBM OpenScale, which monitors your AI's drift and bias, IBM's AI fact sheets, which collects all the metadata and facts about a model, or even IBM Open Pages, which is a governance, regulatory, and compliance solution. Well, watsonx.governance is actually all three of these products combined on one platform so you can govern your Gen AI and predictive ML models. I know I mentioned that a watsonx.ai opportunity is a watsonx.governance opportunity, but regardless of any vendor that a company is using to build their Gen AI application, .governance can actually monitor those other vendor outputs, and it does not just have to be an IBM model. And this slide shows right here the availability of watsonx.governance being used to govern the ML models provided through SageMaker. Now let's talk about watsonx.data. I won't go into too much detail, but I think it's important to understand the market evolution of data architectures to see how we ended up with data lakehouses. So we started off with data warehouses, and these emerged as a dominant way to analyze data. However, warehouses were expensive in terms of cost, like storage, licenses, and computing. Then came along data lakes, and these were a response to the explosion of raw data. And it was designed to store semi-structured and unstructured data in a low-cost object storage. But as data lakes became complex to maintain and govern, data lakes resulted in being a data swamp. Cloud warehouses address the struggles of scalability, but again, the operational cost is expensive as more resources are needed. And now we ended up with data lakehouses, which IBM's watsonx.data is an evolution of the first gen lakehouse offerings. By being able to deploy on hybrid cloud and multi-cloud, you have multiple fit for purpose engines such as Presto and Spark, so they are optimal for your AI, BI, and machine learning workloads. And then there's built-in governance with capabilities to automatically enforce policies. And here's an overview of the key components of watsonx.data. And some things I haven't mentioned is that there's the reduced cost in storage because it's using object storage, and then the open format allowing you the different engines to access just a single copy of data. So in conclusion, watsonx.data is a single point of access for your different data architectures, that being a data warehouse, a data lake, either on cloud or on-prem, helping you work with the different data formats, unstructured or structured, so you can gain insight from all that information that you have collected. Overall, optimizing your analytics and AI workloads without needing to migrate or copy the data. So that was the overview of the watsonx platform of watsonx.ai, .governance, and .data. Please feel free to refer back to slide 2 to contact us about the watsonx platform or the other generative AI solutions from IBM. Thank you.